Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. As you can see, I've been out doing some things. Just first want to say, from all the comments from my previous videos, me being in Charles's videos with Buddy, all of the outreachings of support, whether it's on TikTok, on YouTube comments, for my participation in the RPI in Vegas last month, it's just been great. So I just wanted to start off by saying thank you. We got a new video here. I got 5 videos to shoot. I got a whole bunch of new stuff we got to get out of the way. So without taking too much time, we'll start with the Absolute Power today. I have the Absolute Power and the Harsh Reality. So the two newest big ASYM solids in the SPI line. All right. So we got a fresh house shot here that we usually bowl on Wednesday nights. It's a little bit more volume, so this should be good for these two stronger bowling balls, which I'll discuss why I gave you little quotes here when I say stronger. We're going to start with the Absolute Power. We're going to get lined in, and then we're not going to move. We're going to throw the Harsh Reality and see what we find out. They're both at a 4,000 finish, and then I'll explain why they're both at 4,000, even though they both don't come at 4,000. Anyway, let's go throw a few shots and see what we find out. Didn't throw any shots on this lane, but threw a few practice shots on the other lane, so assuming they're the same here. Getting lined up, feet on 21. Okay. So lanes might be different because I thought that was actually going to be pretty good on the other lane. So we're going to make a slight adjustment here, move my feet a little bit left. This is the cleaner of the surface, so it should be a little bit stronger down lane. And let's see what happens. All right, moving 2 left here. Same thing. There we go. All right, so looks like this lane's probably a little bit drier than the one that I was practicing on because I had to move way right on that lane. First thing you probably heard about this ball, just like the Absolute, it's got a very clean cover. For a solid, it gets down the lane pretty easily. It's not one of those that's going to dig in. As compared to what I'm going to show you, an ASYM solids usually look like, with this Harsh Reality, you probably need a little bit more oil for it. So I'm going to throw about 2 or 3 more shots here with the Absolute Power just to give you an idea of general shape and what you're supposed to be looking for. And then we'll compare it to your traditional big solid ASYM in the Harsh Reality. All right. Back our 2 left here. Stay aggressive, throw a good shot. There we go. Ooh, got around it. Is it gonna hold? All right, there we go. All right, so got around that last one a little bit. Didn't hold as well. So I'm gonna keep marching left here, see what we got. Ooh, same thing. Let's keep marching. Let's keep marching left here. Really don't want to kind of get around it like I was, so let's try and stay behind this one. Oh, way behind it. Much better. All right. So one of the things you might have seen is, and one of the things that I've noticed with this ball is it's very sensitive to how you release it. If you get around it, the ball's in a shape like you got around it. If you stay behind it, the ball's in a shape like you stayed behind it. Sounds like it makes sense, right? One of the reasons I think that's so important, especially coming out of a ball that's an asymmetric solid like this, is you don't necessarily get the cleanliness through the front, where the ball clears everything. For a strong ball, it usually likes to dig in, right? So this Absolute cover, same thing as the Absolute Power cover. For me, it's only used on very special occasions. It's not something that I would really want to bowl on the fresh with. It's kind of one of the reasons we throw urethane, right? We throw urethane because of how early it reads. Reads and then quits. When the oil starts to carry down a little bit, but you still want that solid cover in your hand, the Absolute Power is an amazing ball to go to. All right, now I haven't thrown any shots with the Harsh Reality yet, so we're going to learn about what we're about to see together. Not going to move. I'm going to try and do the exact same thing. Like I said, I'm going to try and stay behind it, and let's see what differences we find out between these two bowling balls. Alrighty, so here we go. We're on 25 now. Harsh Reality. Woo! All right, so instantly you can already see the difference. It's a much sooner ball, much bigger ball. Just the way it doesn't kind of get down the lane as easily, even though they're both 4,000, okay? So they are both at 4,000 grit. It is just how sensitive that ball is to friction and how much it really needs the oil. All right, so a 4.9 to me is usually about 2 or 3 left. I'm gonna overdo it, see if we can get into the oil, make sure that we're left of it, and see what this ball does. Let's check the shape on this next one. All right, so like I said, we're 3 left here, so 28 with my feet now. Same thing, harsh reality. Let's see if we can get this to clear it a little better. In the oil, wow. Perfect, right? So got my feet far enough left. I said I was gonna move 4, probably went like 3.5. Move my eyes the same amount because we definitely don't want to get that to the friction too quick. Kept it in the oil. It did retain its energy a little bit better than I was anticipating. But in terms of finishing power and power at the pin deck, you can definitely tell the harsher reality is definitely meant for more oil. Where absolute power, you probably want to square up and stay behind it a little bit more. Let's throw one more, see if we can see some consistencies, because I don't want to just give you one and be like, that's what it does, right? So let's give you about 1 or 2 more with the harsh reality, see if we can find some consistencies, and then we'll wrap it up. All right, so moving another 1 here, like I said. Wanted to get to that 4 area. Moving my eyes 1 also. There we go. All right, I'm gonna give you 1 more. Alrighty, let's test the limits of this ball here. So we're going 1 more. Standing on 30 now. Let's really give this one some speed, is what I was gonna say. There we go. Beautiful. So, what did we learn? Pretty much exactly what I was telling you we were gonna see. One of the things that I love about Storm products, especially, I don't wanna say since I signed my deal with them, pretty much my entire life. If I ever drilled an SPI ball, whenever they acquire the other brands, I always knew what the bowling balls were gonna do. Whatever they told me they were gonna do, they did, right? We get lost in the hype sometimes. Lack of a better pun there. A few bowling balls came out where we weren't really sure what was gonna happen. Some examples. When the Night Road came out, the ball was beautiful. It was the new Road series. Everybody was expecting this ball to hook a ton. It's not what the ball was designed to do, right? So you see this big ASYM Solid, absolute power. It's the new ASYM Solid in the Storm line. It's not built the same as all of the other ASYM Solids. There's gonna be a time to use it, and like I said, the cleanliness of the surface is usually a more conducive time to use it later in the block. That harsh reality, this is fresh. You can see how much different that ball went through the pins. A lot more continuation. They have the exact same surface, like I said. I'm gonna keep repeating myself just in case people are coming in, at different points of the video. I went all the way down to 500, 1,000, and then straight from 1,000 to 4,000. So it's still got some teeth under it. Both of the balls are the exact same surface. Harsh reality, obviously just meant for the heavier, fresh oil. And I think as it carries down, if the harsh reality starts to kind of see it a little too early, that's where we go to the absolute power. All right, if you guys have any questions, please leave your questions in the comments. Subscribers are booming. If you guys check me out, I'm probably gonna be doing stuff with Buddy. I know I'm with Charles quite a bit now. South Florida bowling is just where you wanna be right now. If you don't follow me on TikTok, please go check that out. And if you haven't noticed yet, I'm still playing with it. So in case you watch this video down the line, I'm gonna let you know we're working on a name change. We're currently on the Daily Grind Bowling. Not 100% sure if we're staying with it yet. It's kind of in the testing phase right now because people show up to my videos and they're like, oh, it's Scott. I'm like, yeah, it's me. And they don't show up until late. And so we're gonna see how it tests out. So far, so good. Anyway, we got a bunch of more videos to shoot now that we're back in town and we're all together. So thank you guys for subscribing. Back to the Daily Grind. Storm Nation, baby.